Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the Ecom boss, and in today's video, since it's Q4 now, Black Friday is coming up, everything like that, I decided to give you guys a case study of how one of my products made these numbers in like days and months and everything. So this was a store I took to either 30 or 40k. I don't remember the exact amount, but it would be on screen now. And that store, which I took to 30k in 1 month, had a profit margin on net of 72%. There was a couple of days where I think I made around 1.6k in revenue and 1.4k in net profit. So this is the really perfect strategy for you guys when it comes to being super profitable, because one thing is dropshipping with good revenue and maybe like a 10% profit margin, but if you could get the numbers that I got with 72% profit margin and everything like that, like obviously I don't say this to brag, I'm only saying this to help you guys. I couldn't scale this product too long because there was a couple of issues with Facebook and everything like that, which I'm going to get into in today's video. So take this as a learning lesson, guys. This is super important video. If you're in a case where you have a product and you, first of all, it could be dying out, second of all, it could be Facebook problems, how to handle all of that, just make sure you watch this video. So the course is now on a 40% sale. The link is in the description, and the sale is going on for the next 10 hours. So if you get into it in the 10 hours, it's going to be priced $197. So that's it, guys. Follow me on Instagram here, and if you want to get into the dropshipping coaching program, message me on Instagram here. Let's get straight into the video, guys. As I said, guys, I promised you all that I would be revealing the product later on in this video, so I'm definitely going to do that myself. So I started off a store and I just tested the product, just tested a regular way, everything like that. I tried selling a couple of umbrellas and also tried selling a couple of kid products before I eventually transitioned into the skincare niche. Make sure you guys give this video a like and subscribe. So once I got into the skincare niche, I started using More to Love, and I also scrolled the best match section, which you guys are seeing on screen right now, how to scroll those pages, because in best matches, I told you guys earlier, and More to Love, it's optimized towards what you're engaging with, right? So when you're doing product research, you could go in the best match section of each niche, and the cool thing about that is you could price the product from $7 to $70 to just get rid of all the cheap stuff, and then you just scroll and it will optimize towards what you're clicking on. So if you click on a lot of dog products, you're going to see more dog products. And once I was scrolling, I realized something, that a lot of people are not comfortable in their own skin. Listen to this. Like if you're out with your friends and you always feel like you're the ugly one just because you have acne, similar things like that. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. You should like yourself, right? But it's just the truth. People will probably feel that, right? So when someone has a problem with this thing that I solved, they would definitely get it away, especially if it's big, especially if it's a big problem. So I managed to get in the skincare niche and solve someone's problem, and they could actually feel confident in their own skin again. In my ad copy, I actually just typed "take care of your skin today." So this was in Q4 and the product was untapped. And the only reason to why I had such a high profit margin is because I caught the trend early and the product was untapped. So I was sort of the guy who made the trend. And a lot of people say like, don't reinvent the wheel, which I think is wrong. I think jumping on a trend early is smart, which is not reinventing everything. You just jump on a trend early, or honestly just reinventing it if you know what to look for. But you gotta know what to look for. But it was in Q4. It was super untapped, and I also used upsells. That's the way I boosted my margins a little bit. Not too much actually, because basically everyone just avoided the upsell. But some people got it, and I had express shipping as well, which I upsold. So there was one shipping that was free and express shipping for $5. So I made some profit of that. Express shipping was just e-packet, right? And people even dropship from my store. That's the most ridiculous thing ever. There was a guy in some, I don't remember where he's from, but there was a guy who was dropshipping from my store, and I was selling this for $50, $49.90, and I bought it for $7 on AliExpress. And this guy was dropshipping from $50 from me to his own local store. So I was basically his supplier, and he had a store somewhere in his country, maybe out in the streets somewhere, where he would just sell products and he would dropship from me. So eventually I cut him a deal of like $37 or $39, and he just kept buying, so he's dropshipping off of me, and I made fat profits of that as well. So I started Facebook ads once I found this product, the skincare thing, and honestly, I didn't even want to run this product. To be completely honest with you guys, I was like, this product is cool, it solves a problem, but I don't know if it was my style, because that was a little bit before I was honestly too big into the skincare niche. I wasn't really involved. I wasn't too involved in healthcare either. It's been more like the last year that I've been involved in healthcare, but it's a story that all of you guys could learn from. So honestly, I was really close. Like I would only look at the things that I really liked, such as I would probably only be in home and garden, to be honest with you guys. But then I expanded a little bit, and I thought about going into healthcare and skincare, and I found this product. It was awesome, so I just figured I might as well get onto it. So this is how I set up the product. It's gonna be a screenshot on my screen right now. This is how you basically set up the product. In every case, you have $10 ad sets, and those ad sets are, and this is for every case, unless you sell something for more than $100, I would probably increase the price a little bit, or over 70, increase the budget on the ads. But started off with like 7 ad sets, $10 a day. Might be a little bit more on stream. That's because of scale. And my only goal in that phase was just to wait for an ad set to hit 3 sales. And when an ad set hits 3 sales, I would be duplicating that ad set from $10 a day to $25 a day. And that's almost how I got to these numbers. Not even joking with you guys. It was that simple. But obviously I did some CBO stuff. The CBO is actually kicking in really well. And what I did with CBO, which you guys probably know, my regular strategy in terms of scaling, is to get 4 to 5 ad sets in an ABO normal campaign up to 7 sales each. So if you have like 3 ad sets, 5 ad sets with 7 sales each, each, you can now duplicate your best ad sets into a new CBO, which is gonna run for example, $200 a day if it's 4 ad sets. So let's just say I have 4 ad sets in it. This is 3. Let's just say I have 4 ad sets in it. That's 50 times 4 because there's 4 ad sets and $50 each. That means a $200 CBO. And a CBO, the scary part about CBO, which really freaks people out a lot, is just the fact that a CBO could take a day with no sales and randomly just blow up. CBO really has that blow up effect. So I wouldn't be scared if I were you guys and you made a CBO and the CBO just didn't make any sales the first $100, and once you spend $110, it just blows up. Completely normal. So just be a little patient with your CBOs because that's how we made this work. Okay guys, the course is now 40% off, selling for $197. The link is going to be in the description. I never promote my course at all, but I gotta tell you guys, this is one of the best Facebook ad courses, and dropshipping everything fits for every skill level as a beginner or advanced. Probably one of the best ones on the market. So if you want to get it super cheap now, link in the description is the top link, the Ecom Boss Blueprint. The reason I'm having this sale is because I want to set you guys up for success for Black Friday. So if you want to make a ton of money on Black Friday, at least try to, you could get the course. If you don't want it, keep getting the free value. So I used Fiverr to order 2 video ads. Normally you could just buy it from sites that, you know, has video ads. So I have a couple links in my description. If you want to get any video ads, go to that site because it's super cheap and good ads. It's not an advertisement or anything. I'm just saying that's where you can get your guys' ads. But I used Fiverr. I ordered 2 videos and I tested only one of them, but I was testing this thing with, like, as I said earlier, $10 ad sets times 7, and that's $10 a day, right? I was using interests such as skincare, dermatology, and also use beautiful skin. I was targeting only Instagram and Facebook feed because this thing is, feeds are where you grab people's attention. The feeds is almost a shopping place at this point. The Facebook just the feed, it's a shopping place. So most of the sales also came from Facebook, and it was to older people, but that was the interest I used, which kind of relates a lot to the product eventually once you hear what it is later on in this video. Honestly, the strategy is pretty basic. I just added a couple of new interests every day, and I made every ad set that had 3 sales. I just put a 3 sale ad set up to $25 a day, and I can't stress that enough. If an ad set hits 3 sales, duplicate it and increase the budget. And it took off almost every single time as well. That's the thing. It might be a hit or miss in a couple of cases, and I've seen it fail too, but in most cases it doesn't flop. And this is another thing you guys can do as well. If you have an ad set that's doing good and budget increase is not helping the ad set make more money. So what you do in that case, if you make it $25 duplicate from 3 sales and it flops, it doesn't make any money, split test the detailed targeting on button, the detailed targeting expansion button, which means if you guys have an ad set, this makes 3 sales, duplicate it and just turn detailed targeting expansion on or off, depending on what you have when you're testing. If you have it on, you duplicate it to the off, and you duplicate it to the on if you started testing with it off. But that's how you do it. I recommend you guys leaving that button on though in the early phase when you're testing and everything. That's the way to see if your product is dead or not. You just try not doing the detailed targeting or doing the detailed targeting and combine that with $25 duplicates, and chance of you hitting a winner is pretty big, or at least figuring out if it's a winner. So why did I not scale this product to high numbers? Because this is a question a lot of you guys would have, because you probably think I'm a genius and I could do it, and yes, I could. I've scaled stores up to $300,000 in a month, but this store wasn't scalable. So the feedback score would never increase. That was the problem. I was talking with my friend Harry, and he was trying to help me increase the feedback score, and trust me guys, this guy's an expert in when it comes to like Facebook ads, especially on the side of Facebook that has to do with ad account bans, feedback score, and everything. And the feedback score wouldn't raise, but it wasn't under 2 either. So it wasn't too big of a deal, but it might have been under 2 a couple of days every once in a while because the shipping was a little bit slow. That's what's happened. Facebook just kept banning it. And I think it was because, first of all, it's a skincare niche. Facebook hates skincare niche to a certain degree because it could be over-promising or whatever. But it's the best and worst niche, you know what I mean? And I also scale a little bit aggressive. Not too aggressive in my opinion, but probably according to Facebook it was aggressive. So that could be also another reason why I just kept getting banned every day. But I was aggressively scaling, and the feedback score been a little bit low every once in a while. Not enough to get me in problems, but you never know. And then it was just the skincare niche in general. It is what it is, right? So it was really hard to avoid bans, which led me to just running this product on and off and on and off, which is something you guys will get into if you get into skincare as well, most likely. I was good at that time. Like, I really knew how to run Facebook ads, but it still just kept getting banned all the time. Maybe it was like a bad season in terms of bans. It was November last year. So I was just running the product throughout the whole month of November on and off. And I would run it for like 2 days. Then I would be happy because the margins were a lot. Like, that was a ton of money. I would almost make $1 million a year on some days just out of the margins on one day. But I was running it like for 2 days, and then it got banned. Pop back, 2 days banned, 1 day banned, 3 day banned. You're running out the rest of the store, right? So it's just bouncing back and forth because it just kept getting banned all the time. That's why the product wasn't really scalable to more than $3,000 a day. I think 3,000 was my highest day on this product. It was just totally not doable because it just kept on getting banned. But at least I was able to milk that profits because the profit margin was insane on this product. product, right? So I was able to just milk profit, and I probably made, I think, 30 grand or something off of this product, which was super, super profitable. And I would totally be happy with that, right? So I just took that money and just had a good time with it or something. I probably did. I probably just reinvested it, which I did because I started up another product similar to it. But I exited with $30,000 because the margin was so good. Sadly, it wasn't long term though. Actually, maybe if I branded it more in private label, it probably wouldn't get banned. I don't know. And it's exactly 1 year ago since this product started taking off for me. And the thing is, this just goes to show how powerful untapped products are and being the first one to Facebook interest. Let's just say that a lot of people are going to run the same product and you're the first one to the interest called, for example, beautiful skin. You can in a lot of cases dominate that interest. So if a competitor wants to run your product, he should probably run another interest that's not tapped on yet. So running untapped interest to untapped products, interest that most other people are not using, and you're standing high chance of winning, especially reinventing the wheel a tiny bit, but you also see the trend first. You know it's kind of trending really, really early, and then you jump on it. And also, people were not confident in their skin, so it's dominating that space, right? Because this was the mole remover. If you have like a huge mole hair or something, you probably want to get it removed. So that's what people did. They got the mole remover and they just got it removed. And it's super good price. So that's the product that's on screen right now, the mole remover. Nowadays, you can't even sell the mole remover though for more than like $35. I don't think you could even pull that off, but you could try selling it for $35. But honestly, I would not recommend running the mole remover. I don't know if I would, to be honest with you guys. You could try it because I had a couple of students in my coaching run the mole remover and made like a couple of thousand, but it was nothing crazy, to be honest. But you could always try if you want to, but this could really hurt your ad account unless you're like a genius. But since it's Q4, you might as well give it a try, but now it is kind of saturated. So this is totally up to you guys. And it just goes to show, guys, the only way to win in the end is just by testing products. Is what I did to get to this point, but I tested in the wrong niches, and or not, no niche is a wrong niche, right? But I just tested in niches that didn't pop off. Probably a little random too. Stay on it because you will get there eventually, guys. And when you get there, it's gonna feel so good. So I just hope all of you guys just bring out the best version of yourself and make this thing happen, because it's totally doable for all of you guys. And I appreciate you guys subscribing and liking my videos. Please just click the thumbs up button and subscribe. Appreciate you guys more than you would ever think. And I'm gonna do a free dropshipping challenge. So the next video is gonna be free dropshipping challenge. If you want to get the dropshipping course, and I'll tell you, you watching right now, this is the best course on the market in terms of dropshipping. You're gonna learn everything you need, and it's 40% off. I never promote the course, but it's 40% off if you want to get it. Link is in the description.